I just have to give her all the props in the world. And she fought for it and stayed very persistent. And when Bart and I finally sat down and he shared some of his life events that happened after all of the big epic events of Imagine unfolding, there was more story to visit there for sure. This movie goes deeper because there will be storms, there will be fires, there will be tragedies. You don't get happiness every day in this reality. What you can have, though, is peace and gratitude. And so I think this one dives deeper into that idea of what is true spirituality, what is true faith, what is true belief, because you know, true faith and true belief doesn't take you to happiness, it takes you to peace and gratitude. And I feel like this movie takes us into a much deeper plane of what it is to have faith and to have beliefs in something bigger than you. And so yeah, I think this movie is important because of its themes, and its themes are trusting even in the fires, even in the storms, and having gratitude through all of the hard parts of your life, not just the fun, blissful parts. The first time I met Tim Timmons, we were at a writer's retreat together. And I went over to shake his hand, and he noticed my tattoo, and he's like, "Why do you have an X on your wrist?" I was like, "I don't know. Why do you have an X on your wrist?" And I got this for a completely different reason, but when he told me his story about why he draws an X on his wrist, that was the first conversation that Tim and I ever had in our entire lives. He feels the sand of time clicking through his hourglass every day like we don't. And so every day he gets up and he gets out a Sharpie and he makes a new X on his wrist. And that new X is a prayer up to God that says, "I get this day. It's not promised to me. I don't deserve it. I didn't do anything to have this day. And yet here I am. So thank you." And that's what that X means to him every morning. Just assumed that I would be wanting to do it by myself. And so I was the load of two people, and co-directing is much easier. I've done it by myself, and it is a very crushing, punishing type of job to have for an extended amount of time. So I really welcomed it, and he's great. We both have our own strengths and weaknesses, and together I think we collectively really made a great duo for this. I'm a heart on my sleeve. I just have to feel every frame, feel every emotion, and he's very tactical and just knows what he wants. And so I really think we complemented each other in a lot of ways, and we got along, and we got the work done. He's a very giving actor. There were a couple times I went to him almost in tears because he's just in the back. He's got a little headset on, and he's doing the lines on the opposite side of a phone call, where some actors would just be like, "Yeah, just let whoever read, let the script supervisor read it." He would knew that he was on the other end of a phone call. The camera was never going to be on him, and he would just come in to work on that day to be a good scene partner to Sophie or whoever he's talking to, even though he's not going to be on camera that day. I don't think those scenes would have turned out as good as they did without him being there to be the actual partner in that scene. But that was not required of him. That was not demanded. It's just something he wanted to do. And not all actors are like that. And I think that sums up like John's approach to this craft and like who he is as a person. He was the first person we went to for Tim. And he read the script, like it resonated, and he wanted to do it. And he really brought a cool thing to it. The thing that was so awesome about Milo is, he's such a heartthrob, and everybody loves him, and he's a super likable guy. Like, guys like him, but like he went there emotionally. So in the scenes that like really where the guard comes down and the veneer comes down, and the vulnerability comes out, I was moved, man. There's a couple scenes like they're incredible. Like he's a very, very versatile, very talented actor. She was very kind to say yes to a smaller role, but I think even though it's small, famously an acting coach said this. She said, "There are no small roles, there are only small actors," and I really like that. So she's not a small actor, so people are going to really remember her in this, and it's a lovely little portrayal, and it's really special. And when you see the movie, you're going to see how connected and intimate their partnership is as a husband and wife, and it's so sweet and so kind. Sammy Dell was very much like finding John Michael Finley in the first movie. Just this polymath, he plays all these instruments, can sing, he's an actor on stage, but a lot of untapped potential. He'd never done a movie before, and just an undiscovered raw talent that is very meteoric and poised to just become a really big star. So he's kind of like very much like our Broadway find with John Michael in the first movie, and his audition was definitely the strongest, and he's very endearing. Sammy, he's such an empathetic actor, and you care about him, and you believe every minute of him up on the screen. I've worked with a lot of amazing actors that do their thing, and they do it so well, and it's just incredible. You could never deny like their talent, but it's also this rare moment when you discover an actor that could just do anything and turn emotionally on a dime and just really give you any color, any flavor you ever wanted within 30 seconds of resetting. And Sophie is literally this wonderkind actor that could give you anything you ever asked, and it's just amazing to see what she brought in and the way that she interpreted Shannon. It was incredible. I feel lucky to get to work with her. I really hope this movie calls people into a deeper love and a deeper trust in love. I think if we can get to the deeper depths of love, you will find more trust and more gratitude and more surrender, because it has you. It does have you, even in the hard times. Maybe it has you more in the hard times. And so I think in this modern culture, me included, we suffer from a lack of gratitude because somehow we think all of our days should be easy, and that's not promised to us. If we're honest with ourselves, we are all going to have our fair share of hard days, some more than others. So I want my faith to be resilient. I want my belief in love to be resilient enough to find gratitude and peace even in those days that are really hard, because that's true faith. True faith is unwavering belief even in like the most shattering of days in your timeline. And so I really hope this movie calls people to a deeper trust and a deeper surrender and a deeper understanding of the depths of love that exist all around us every day. I think even more so in our hardest, darkest days.